runs of his down that right-hand side and finds his partner Candace, and it's a great ball looking for Cummings. Cummings, can he pick Josh Windass? It goes himself. Jason Cummings!
That is brilliant.
Goal, Jason Cummings, goal Rangers!
Unbelievable.
His first Ibrox goal for Jason Cummings. Rangers a bit 6 and 7. He comes for Sybil's.
Oh no.
It's in the back of the net. Falkirk, a level Aaron Muirhead. Paladin sends that
like
one
this.
for Cummings! Jason Cummings does it again!
Unbelievable.
Oh yes, Jason Cummings. Early Candace sends it, looks for Morelos. Cummings! It's a hat-trick for Jason Cummings!
I think it's an own goal, possibly, Nick. I'm not sure. He's not really celebrating it like it's a hat-trick goal.
Beautiful flick by Candace, and Josh Windass gets the chance to run. Morelos is offside. Windass might have to do it all himself. Goes back. It must be. Surely. How's he missed? Cummings! The hat-trick for Jason Cummings.
Graham Murty will take charge of his first game at Hampden this afternoon, and it will be his 4th Old Firm at the helm. So he's learning how to control the fixture, as he says his players are too. Neil Smith spoke to him in the build-up.
The boys will be fine. It's not about necessarily keeping them grounded. It's finding a channel. It's channeling their energy. It's channeling their positivity. It's channeling all the hype into the right way. But once again, it's also about keeping us fairly insular and not worrying about anything, any of the noise out with our group. Just making sure we're conscious of our message and making sure that we stick to what we're about.
What are the key positives and negatives from the Dundee game that you'll take into the Cup semi-final this weekend?
The goals, obviously. Creating chances as well. A bit of tempo that we played at. I thought Andy Halliday was a real positive coming back into the game. He gave us a little measure of control. Ross McCrory coming back into the team. Kenny's involvement, as we've already alluded to. But just the belief that the guys will get from what we're doing, because it's been knocked. It has been knocked. Just as a human, if you don't get results, if you don't get rewards, then you question what you're doing, which is fine. But we have to keep on believing what we're doing is right. We have to keep on believing that we're progressing. We have to keep on believing that we are going to get to where we want to get to. So those are the positives for me. But the negatives are we need to be better without the ball. We need to close down spaces. But also, I thought we were a little bit sloppy and slack in possession. We turned the ball over too easily, too simply. We weren't stern enough or demand enough with one another to actually take enough care on the ball. Because I think you see when we do take care on the ball and we do shift it quickly, there's very, very few teams in this league that can cope with us.
Rangers fans, of course, will always look back at the last success they had at this stage in the competition back in 2016. Yep. Of course, only a few months before you arrived at the club, I think. So, where were you at that point, and what do you remember about that particular moment?
I remember thinking that it was good for Scottish football because I was away from it. I wasn't in it at all. But you're looking at it and saying that this could make the next few years interesting. I don't think I've changed my opinion of that at all. I'm just closer to it than I ever thought I would be, and I think that we have another opportunity to go and measure ourselves, but also to go and really make a statement for the football club. If we get it right, on the day, I think it would mean a great deal.
Graham Dorrans is back from 6 months out with injury, and he's walked straight back into the side. Despite a 4-0 win last time out, he knows Rangers will have to do a lot better to reach the Scottish Cup final.
We need to get better, there's no doubt about that. I mean, obviously we know what's coming at the weekend. They're a good side, there's no getting away from it, so we have to be at the top of our game and hopefully we can get something from it. They're a good attacking side. We need to be defensively organised. We need to go into the game thinking we can win it as well. We need to be confident. We need to believe that we can go in and win it as well. I think that would be massive for us. And I said hopefully Saturday will give us that belief that we can go in and do well at the weekend.
You mentioned that confidence. Do you think that's at all? There has been things mentioned that maybe the last result did knock the confidence. So how important is it? I don't know if it's up to yourselves, more senior players, to kind of bring that confidence back to the side.
Yeah, just I keep going back, but hopefully the weekend's done that, and it was a good 4-0 win for us. But going back to the previous game, yeah, I'm sure it did knock our confidence a little bit.